Hi, I'm going to talk today about OrgShow, which is some code I wrote to let me illustrate how to use org mode on a computer screen for screencasts or in lectures in my classes. So there are a lot of options out there. I found a few of these that were reasonable but didn't do a few things that I really wanted, and then I came across Sasha's blog where she talked about some code that she wrote to do something very similar. So let's get started and see what this is about. First, this is OrgShow. It allows you to make presentations out of org mode. Basically, you create a slide by tagging a headline with the slide tag here. You enter OrgShow mode, start the presentation, and use page up and page down to navigate the slides. You can go back and forth from your presentation to other files, other software. You can edit the slides. I'll show you what that means, and it's totally interactive, so you can run code, etc., which is very nice for teaching. Okay, so what does interactive mean? This has some links that change the themes, so we could disable my theme and try another one. That one's not very good. Maybe we try anti-Zenburn, not very good. Let's go ahead and say yes to this, and that gives you an idea that we can be interactive and run code. Now I teach in an engineering department, and I often have to have equations, and I want the equations to show during my lecture. But it could be that one of these is a mistake, so I can just click on one of these. Maybe let's make this 5 instead of 6, and you can just go up and back down and have your figure automatically updated. Okay, figures are also pretty common, so I figured I would have a standard template where you can have one figure, and it will be rendered automatically with text on the left and the figure in its own buffer on the right, and it'll be scaled to automatically fill the space. So this little figure here got scaled automatically to fit there. Now maybe you have something more complicated. You want to have a left window, an upper right, and a lower right window. And for that, you have to make some code that will do it. So this code here, we delete other windows, split the window, go to the other one, open an image file, and then go to the one below it and open some other org file. And you make this happen by putting a source block like this in a slide. And on the next one, that source block will get executed so that you get this as your view, where you have, again, the figure. You can have another file, and you can have something over here. So if you have a couple of things you want to show in one place, it's not that difficult. Now the code blocks, they should be runnable. So here's an example of Python. We can just run this right here. We can change it if you want. Run it again. And that is extremely helpful if you're trying to teach anybody how to use Python because you can demonstrate it in real time. Of course, you can have other languages, so we have Emacs Lisp. We could do this in R. We could do it in Perl or Ruby. All of these are installed on this computer, and so it's easy to write blocks for this. So if you were comparing languages, or if you knew Emacs was good for something and Python was good for something else, you can mix and match your code. You can do compiled languages too. It's totally interactive, so we can play the snakes game for a little bit and control it while we're going. And when we're done, we just press page down and we go to the next slide, which in this case is Tetris. Right, and now I can go in, I can talk to the psychotherapist. Right, so you have total interactivity. You can have examples where, let's say, you have the artist mode. You can write out org. We can have another block that selects a line, so we can underline it. Of course, you can use the menu. Let's draw a square. Right, and when you're done demonstrating it, you go to the next slide. So we can do real work in OrgShow Here's a table. We can use the data in this table in this Python to make a figure that will have it pop up very quickly. You can demonstrate what's going on. It's a live matplotlib figure, and that's all there is for that. And you can click on the links here. It'll take you right to where your data source is. Okay, there's all kinds of links we can do. We can have navigation. We can click on these radio targets. You can go to a section. Here it's labeled like so. We can have links that are citations. If you like orgref, you can run code. You can open the info files and see what other kinds of links there are. You can open a website that will go up and show you the kitchen group website, for example. That's hidden behind this link like that. And that brings me to the end. So that's a basic idea about org-show, is that you can use it to demonstrate org mode and do screen captures or do it live with a reasonable look to it. There's a menu for it. If we stop the show, we go back to our regular size font, which is probably too small for people in the audience to read on a monitor. All right, thanks. That's it.